I've got 3 stories for you that on the surface seem very scary. If you're a new holder, a new investor in Bitcoin or Ethereum, but when you actually take a look at why these moves are happening, you couldn't be more bullish. Bullish for what? Another merchandise option available soon to come for our merchandise store. Yes, ladies, the t-shirts aren't just for the guys. This is my favorite. If you guys want to know a little bit more about our products, this t-shirt, for example, my favorite part, it's 100% organic cotton. Actually, we can make the official announcement right now. All of our merchandise is now available. If you go to shop.learningcrypto.com, there's a whole bunch of goodies. Go check it out. Let's get into today's video. First, let's talk about Grayscale and how they sent $1 billion worth of Ethereum to Coinbase. On the surface, sounds like Grayscale is going to dump Ethereum on the market. But if you understand what is happening in the recent developments in crypto, you'll understand that that's not what's happening whatsoever. In fact, the Ethereum spot ETF has officially been launched in the US as of today. And guess what? Grayscale is going to have one of these. And according to their terms of their application that they submitted to the SEC to get approved, guess who has to be the custodian of their Ethereum ETFs? Coinbase. Specifically Coinbase Prime, which is where Grayscale has sent this huge amount of Ethereum. So they're doing so that Coinbase is their custodian. Coinbase is not only a huge custodian for Bitcoin, now they're going to be a huge custodian for Ethereum. Solana next? Probably. So Coinbase is just going to be the mother of all custodians for cryptocurrencies in the United States. You heard it here first. Next up, we have Mt. Gox moving over 45,000 Bitcoin. I think it's like over like 2 point something, 2.6.
Yeah, 6, I think.
Thank you, Toby. 2.67 maybe even billion dollars worth of Bitcoin from the Mt. Gox trustee to another internal wallet. They are preparing for more distribution of the Bitcoin to those who had funds on the exchange Mt. Gox way back in 2014 when that one went down. 10 years later, they're going to get a fraction of their investments back. Heed that lesson, guys. 10 years due to third-party counterparty risk. So what's the good news about this one is that this is something that we've all seen coming. It's probably going to give you a little dip in price, so that for those of you who are still FOMOing in and you're thinking, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's going to go to $150,000 and you're not happy with your buy-in price. Maybe it'll go a bit lower. I highly doubt it. I think events like these are definitely priced into Bitcoin, but the real silver lining is that that's 45,000 Bitcoin that Mt. Gox isn't going to be having a hold of, isn't going to have centralized control to dump on the market. And that's going to be a heavy, shadow of sell pressure and a lot of fear in people's minds that isn't going to exist anymore. Talk about bullish. Lastly, there's been some data coming out that I think, another number I gotta remember off the top of my head here, over 600,000 Bitcoin wallets that used to hold at least one Bitcoin have now emptied their wallets, or it's no longer holding at least one Bitcoin, meaning that small-time traders, and holding one Bitcoin is a great milestone, by the way, but it means that like kind of small-time traders or investors are selling or getting rid of their Bitcoin. Sounds like it's not such good news, but historically, every time this happens, the big holders, the whales, start accumulating as well. And so it moves from weak hands to strong hands. This also happens soon before a next move up in terms of price for Bitcoin. So we got good news, guys. You got to read between the lines, and this is how well-seasoned investors like Toby and myself, this is how we read and analyze news stories that come out, because they can be very misleading. They can make you very emotional, but if you know better, then you know better and you invest better. If you want to know even more what we're doing with our cryptocurrencies, there's no better place to go than learningcrypto.com. We got a bunch of helpful information for you there. Hit like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.